A renewed push for Scottish independence. The issue will be front and centre once more as the SNP's annual conference begins today.
Alas, a quiet life for Quaker. The military horse who bolted through central London has retired from duty. Some of the front pages now, several of them lead with the beginning of the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Israel begins Gaza retreat in the Times, paper reporting that an initial withdrawal by Israel triggered thousands of Palestinians to begin trekking to their homes.
Weight loss jabs are being used by 2.5 million people in the UK. According to reports in The Telegraph, the Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, has pledged to make the jabs free on the NHS, but tight rationing means more are purchasing them privately, with sales rising sevenfold in 1 year.
Let's have a look at the Daily Mirror, the funeral of the boxing champion Ricky Hatton dominating the front pages. A champ to us all. In the Mirror, you can see there thousands lining the streets of Manchester to pay their respects to Hatton, who died last month at the age of 46. And the Sun's front page featuring a picture of Oasis Liam Gallagher giving what he calls a farewell kiss to the boxer as his cortege passed through the city. The paper's headline reads, "Live forever in our hearts, Ricky."
I'm sure Mike will be bringing us a little bit more of that in his sports bulletin as well. Do you remember we played conkers here in the studio?
Yeah.
We got quite OK at it, didn't we? Enjoyed it.
Quite competitive, I seem to recall.
Unsurprisingly. There has been a shortage of competition standard conkers, right? And, you know, Ben was saying much calmer weekend in terms of weather now after Storm Amy. Well, Storm Amy did deliver something. Storm Amy resulted in a deluge of windfalls of royal horse chestnuts. And royal horse chestnuts are going to be used for the first time in the tournament's history. There's a big conker tournament tomorrow, these championships, which are held in the grounds of the Shuckburgh Arms pub in Southwick in North Hants.
I thought there was a bumper crop of...
Acorns.
Oh, it's acorns, is it?
Acorns for the squirrels and everything. No, not conkers. You can't use acorns in a conker competition. Mr Burkett, he's the committee member of the Championships Committee, he said competitors are not permitted to provide their own nuts, as it's too easy to cheat.
There you go. Would you like an update on toilet facilities at the Royal Albert Hall?
Of course.
So I'll bring you up to date on this. You might be aware that sumo wrestling is coming to the Royal Albert Hall. And so that brings them making lots of preparations. Some of it about the ring itself. They've got to bring in special soil for the ring. And there are lots of dietary requirements that they've got to put in place for all the competitors who are taking place. In amongst some of the issues they're looking at toilets and whether they're suitably prepared for the size of the competitors. They're quoting in the Times Alexandra Isaacs, who's the event operations manager at the Royal Albert Hall, who's been learning a lot about the load-bearing capacity of toilets. Luckily, she says, most of our toilets are pedestal toilets, which have a higher weight threshold.
Oh, instead of the floating ones.
Yes, but one toilet in the Royal Albert Hall, she says, is a floating toilet, and it's had to be reinforced in order that it can take the weight of up to 31 stone of a Japanese athlete if required. So the floating toilet is posing a problem, has had to be reinforced.
Never ever. I do like the update, and never, ever underestimate the organisation and the thought that needs to go into every aspect
it's going to be quite an event.
These tournaments. It'd be amazing.